What's up, everybody? It's me, Bryson Booker here, and it's time for a long-awaited BBTV review. I actually have two long-awaited reviews. This one and another one that I'm going to do later on in the summer season. And it's on a great film from MTV's hit TV show Daria, which was released in 2000, the movie itself. The show started in 1997, ran until 2002. But enough about the show. I actually have the complete series, which is in my hand right here, which includes both movies. The one that I'm going to review, Is It Fall Yet, as well as Is It College Yet? I actually did a review on the complete series. It's one of my older reviews, but it's still relevant, still describes the DVD pretty well. So go check that out. Search up Daria, the complete series review, BBTV, and you can watch that review if you want. Matter of fact, I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out after this, as well as the link to the movie that, as of right now, is on YouTube. So I'll put that in there as well. But this is a review of the film, the first Daria film, made for television film, that aired on MTV in 2000. Now, this film got a DVD release, a separate DVD release, and basically the the cover art is basically my thumbnail for this video, so that's what the cover looks like. And it basically featured the hour-long movie, as well as, I think it had 2 bonus episodes. But it did get an initial DVD release, and that was in August 27, 2000. But the film itself probably aired on MTV, I would say either early August or maybe late July. That's just a rough estimate. I'm going to give you a summary of the film, as well as my overall opinion of it. Okay, so there's going to be spoilers in this. So if you're kind of one of those people that don't like spoilers, you might want to watch somebody else's review, because there's spoilers in this. I basically sum up the whole film. So it's summertime, of course, at Lawndale, and everybody's ready to get out of school. Finally. Boy, I was just like them, June 3rd. But there's actually 4 plots to this movie. 4 rotating plots. I call them rotating plots, meaning that 4 different plots that rotate simultaneously throughout the movie, following each character and the character's plot. And then basically it tries to connect together at the end, or get resolved, or the 4 plots get resolved somehow. But I call this a rotating plot. This movie has a rotating plot. So there are 4 plots here. So let's see. Well, the test scores got back for the kids, and well, Quinn, Daria's sister's, not too happy about hers. So Quinn is worried about her test score to get into a college that she wants to just go to for just recreational activities. Quinn, I tell you. Anyway, she needs a combined score, and so she hires a tutor. The second plot is Jane goes away for the summer for art camp and basically leaves Daria in the mud here with her and Tom, basically. And, well, she's gone. And then there's plot 3. Daria refuses to tell her summer job, but eventually her mom gets her a summer job. Basically, Daria doesn't have a job. But then her mom takes it on herself to go get Daria a job. Because obviously her mom looked past that. Boy, all moms do that, I'm telling you. And also, Daria tries to clear up the trouble with Jane about Tom, her girlfriend. Okay, so if you remember during the show, and I like this show, I basically watched the whole series. It's a good show. I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. It's sophisticated and funny at the same time. A lot of things that television shows today lack. Anyway, if you remember around season 4, late season 3, season 4, Jane breaks up with her love, Tom. Tom then becomes friends with Daria. And eventually, Tom and Daria start in this relationship that eventually lead to Tom being Daria's girlfriend. So, well, there's still some heat about that, and it's brung up in this movie. And obviously, the case wasn't settled from last time they tried to solve it. So, Daria tries to persuade Tom, listen, I know you were good friends with Jane and all, but time to get over it. And it's like Tom is like, what are you talking about? Because Daria tries to make a big deal out of something little, something so small. Well, yeah, there's that plot. And then there's a plot 4. We are introduced to Tom's family, and Daria is embarrassed. Basically, Daria doesn't want to know that, I'm going out with this guy named Tom. She wants to keep her relationships on the down low. She's a quiet person. She doesn't want nobody to know about the relationship. So she brings that up, like, Tom is really letting his parents know, hey, I'm going out with this girl. And, well, Daria doesn't like that much. She's quiet. Now, there's also a mini plot here. You get to find out what Kevin and Brittany do on their summer vacation, as well as Mac and I call him Mac Daddy. You know what I'm talking about, and Jody Landon. That's kind of like a little side plot here. It's kind of like the humorous parts of the movie. Anyway, Kevin and Brittany work as lifeguards at the pool, and obviously they do a horrible job at it. And then Mac is working at an ice cream stand while Jody is doing everything because she's an overachiever and wants to make her parents proud. Even though Jody really doesn't give a crap about what her parents think and doesn't want to do anything that relies her trying to, get into good schools and all that. She just wants to be with Mac. Because Mac, let's go on. And multiple scenes of these plots are highlighted throughout the film. So basically, plot 1, plot 2, plot 3, and plot 4, all the plots that I just got done describing to you, rotate throughout the movie. And they advance as the movie goes on. That's basically how this movie is formatted. It's a pretty good format. And it's clear. It's not all mixed up and jumbled together. You know what's happening in each plot as it moves forward throughout the movie, if you understand what I'm saying. So, Helen signs Daria up for help. I basically just said that. She has to work at Mr. O'Neill's It's Okay to Cry camp. And let me tell you, that's some of the funniest scenes in this film come from the camp. And, meanwhile, while that's going on, Quinn doesn't really have a good time with her tutor. First impressions. The tutor is like, okay, this girl is crazy. She doesn't want to learn anything. All she wants to do is talk about fashion stuff. And, Quinn does. But Quinn actually dedicates herself to learning with her, tutor. Duh. And also has a crush on him. But later in the film, it's revealed that, it's like, no, I date more sophisticated people. So you're basically calling her dumb again, And meanwhile, while that's going on, my favorite scene is the day camp scene. It has to be when they're going to the day camp and dealing with all those kids, and Mr. DiMartino throws a fit at Mr. O'Neill. Those were some pretty good scenes there. And Jane meets a new friend at art camp. How great is that? Even though Daria's not there, she's there with another person at art camp. But turns out that person is a lesbian. So Jane is like, listen, you're a good friend and all, but I'm not like that. Now, my favorite scene was the 4th of July party. And so this is when Daria's obviously at the party with Tom. And Kevin is confused. Kevin and Brittany, they're confused because they're like, oh, Daria has a brother now? And so a funny scene at the 4th of July party, Jody's 4th of July party, is Kevin is trying to figure out what is Tom's relationship to Daria. And he keeps saying brother, and he's trying to guess, what type of brother. And eventually Tom just blasts it out and says, hey, we're dating. And then, of course, knowing Kevin, he says, oh, Daria, you're dating. And obviously Daria doesn't really, embarrassed once again. And I just basically said that. Favorite scene number 3, the fashion club gets the tutor. Okay, so at the party, Quinn says that she has the tutor. Well, the fashion club is like, hey, we want tutors too. They basically hire the same guy that Quinn has. And obviously all of them fail miserably. Stacy's crying. Tiffany is worried about something else. And Stacy, wait, no, I'm sorry. Sandy is just a smart butt. So, well, that doesn't go too well for him. And so, let's go on here. I basically just said that. Jane's friend turned out to be a lesbian. Quinn likes her tutor, but obviously the tutor does not like her. And Daria and Tom are on the bound to break up. So this is later in the movie. And Daria keeps on bringing up what happens with Jane and him. Tom doesn't want to talk about that. Tom wants to move on. But obviously, the conversation just keeps on going. And Tom was like, you know what? If you feel that way for me, we'll just go. And they actually break up for a portion of the film. But obviously, this film needs to end on a happy ending. So they get back together at the end of the film. I just spoiled it for you. There you go. We all knew it was happening. So, Quinn tries to teach Daria a lesson. Because obviously, Daria is having some problems too. Trying, it's not about being embarrassed. It's not about, just go with the flow. Quinn tries to explain, but obviously she doesn't have the sophistication as Daria has, so she fails miserably and just walks out of the room. So, the famous scene that came from this movie, or I say famous, but I say the scene that everybody can remember or relate to in some way, was when Trent and the band are going to pick up Jane, or at least going to see Jane. And Daria's talking to Trent about what's going on, and Trent's like, I see. And Trent starts singing the song, Betrayal. That's in the film. Check that out. You'll sing it all day. To the end of the film, here, I only got a couple more notes. Daria and Jane reunite, of course, when she travels with Trent to the concert where they're playing. They reunite. Trent sings Freakin' Friends, which is actually a separate music video on this DVD. Don't watch it though. You'll have a sheezer. Just letting you know. And finally, Tom and Daria make up. Everything's good. Overall, the whole film was an hour. Basically, a made-for-TV movie is an hour. Not that bad. It was understandable. Especially with 4 rotating plots. There's some movies that I reviewed that have multiple plots that you think it's gotten solved already, but it's not. It still keeps going. This movie gets straight down to the point, and you basically know when it's solved, and when everything comes together, pieces together to make the puzzle fit, it fits. It's not like you're left after this movie guessing, well, where did plot 2 leave? Where did plot 1 leave? And obviously when you're watching a movie, you wouldn't think about the plots, but in this review, I wanted to give you a detailed reviews here, so I got the plots for you. But in a movie, you need to know what's going on. And some movies can leave you breathless, like, what just happened? Definitely provides depth. And each story is clearly explained. You know what's going on. It's funny and humor. Daria has a mix of dry humor and sophistication at the same time. So it's not ha 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 funny, but there's some parts in it that actually is ha ha funny. But the rest of the humor is kind of, chuckle friendly, I would say. But it's not one of those comedy movies. It really wasn't meant to be a comedy movie. If I had to put this movie in a category, it would probably be drama a little bit, because there's some drama in it. And as well as slightly romantic, but not really. Slightly. This show barely digs into the topic of romance that much. It only touches it. So maybe romance slightly. And it's just a pretty enjoyable movie. So whether you pick it up on the Daria Complete Series box set, if you don't already own it, or you get the separate DVD release, it's a great movie to watch with your friends, not your family, but your friends, boys and girls. So check it out. It's Daria. Is it fall yet? Is it college yet? I'm going to be doing a review on that later in July, so check that out. But this is a pretty good film. Check it out from MTV.